Hey everybody, it's Queen of Light 1111. I hope you're all doing great. Wanted to come in and do a quick reading for all of you on what is going on in the connection. Okay, so here we're going to take a deep dive into the connection between divine masculine and divine feminine. Let's go ahead and start with the bottom of the deck. We have the Ten of Cups, we have the Emperor, we have the Page of Cups, and we have the Fox, the trickster. So what I'm getting here is that in the connection right now, this is everything to do with divine masculine. I honestly really feel that there's really not much more for feminine to do. I've been saying that for a few readings. I feel like the feminine is just her continued work has to do with surrender, has to do with release, has to do with, giving this to the divine, to the universe to work out. Any active energy of letting go or, making things happen or healing the connection. You don't have any work to do there. The active work is incumbent upon masculine right now. This is his time to do the work on this connection, on himself first. And so it just feels like the feminine doesn't have anything to add right now to the connection to progress it towards union. For feminine energy, it has to do with this continued release, continued surrender to the divine, and your continued work on yourself. There's nothing that you need to do to move this connection forward. It is really on the masculine, and if he chooses to do the work, then you guys can come into alignment. But as far as this connection and potential union is concerned, it's really about masculine doing the work. So let's go ahead and look at this reading, right? We're looking at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ten of Cups. This is about divine masculine really allowing spirit to get into his heart space. It's about being receptive to love, being receptive to harmony. It's about him coming into his power and having the strength and the leadership to accept being a heart-centered divine masculine and not make these like childish offers that are insincere. So his insincerity, his energy of making offers that are childish and immature and shallow have to do with him having a closed heart, him not being in his own harmony. So what's going on in the connection? The masculine needs to get into his heart space, come into his leadership to make offers that are genuine, valid, and that the feminine is worthy of. Okay, so what is crowning the connection right now? What is the most significant energy in the connection? It's the energy of courage. This is the strength card. This is the strength card in the deck, major arcana. The divine masculine has to allow the universe, has to be courageous enough to allow the universe to bring the light within him. Right? You see all this stone and it's hard and it's cold, but then there's this light and this crack and this beautiful flower is blooming. He has to allow himself the strength to let the light in. And this is what he needs to work on to master himself, because all he's doing is just continuing to carry the wounds. Like, I have to carry all of this. I have all of these burdens, and he's not sharing the load. He's not working on the connection together. He's overwhelmed by his own stuff, and it creates this massive block in the connection. So it's really important that masculine allows the universe to work within him. And if he does the work, right, then that can eliminate the block. So the crowning energy for what's going on in the connection is the divine masculine must come into his own inner harmony. He must come into his own emotional bliss. He must work on being a leader instead of just sitting in his overwhelmed energy, not sharing the load, not sharing his burdens, not being open about his feelings, because that creates a block. So these cards here, what I decided to do is just get some supporting information about this courage energy, okay? And by the way, if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Queen of Light 1111, but then also my brand new channel, King of Shadows 1111, that I created on YouTube and on Instagram for the divine masculine. That is all about divine masculine energies, about his rise into the emperor power. And don't forget to check out those readings there, okay? And if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, or healing session, go to queenoflight1111.com. And don't forget, I have that awesome masterclass, okay? We've got tons of people that are part of that masterclass. It is an online masterclass where you can learn how to read tarot like a priestess, how to read with multiple tarot decks, with tarot and oracle decks, how to read like a story, and it's all self-paced. It is 10 videos that I will email to you and that you can participate in that class at your own pace. And at the end, I'll show you how to put everything that you've learned together. We'll show you different spreads, how to read, how to shuffle, how to open and close portals so that you can read in a safe environment for yourself and others. That specific class, all of these classes, I teach you how to read tarot in the upright and the reversed position for love, career, and finance. Okay, so it's not just about twin flames, it's not just about love, but it's for career and finance as well. So building on this courage energy, we have here the Three of Wands. So masculine has been in this energy where he has been going through experiences. He has been experiencing feelings. He has been experiencing thoughts. He's been experiencing other connections. And he's really in this energy of analysis. He's been thinking about what he's experienced. He's really planning something for the future. He's analyzing his experiences, and he's seeing, when he's in this analysis, that he's turned his back on bounty. He's turned his back on love, and he's just been in this energy of non-commitment. And that is what has created a lot of breakups, a lot of endings, a lot of discouragement and defeat energy in his life. So what he's really, dealing with as part of his burdens here that require courage for him to open up his heart is that, through his experiences and relationships, whether that was mom or dad or siblings or, other love relationships, when he goes back and he analyzes his experiences, he's seeing that he was non-committal. He wasn't investing. He wasn't emotionally invested. And it's created a lot of breakups and a lot of endings. Okay. We have here the King of Swords. It's called control in this deck. And so when this card comes out, this is really all about the divine masculine in this energy of controlling himself. Okay, it's this energy of not letting people in. It's this energy of being rigid and cold and not letting anyone into his heart. And this is where he is seeing that he has been deceptive, that he has been self-sabotaging. He's seeing the trickery, he's seeing his insincerity, he's seeing his self-interest. And so in part of him having the courage to open up and to work on himself, he's seeing through his experiences where he gave crappy offers. He's seeing where he has been cold and where he has been rigid and he has not been honestly communicating. And he's wanting to move out of that energy. He's wanting to transition out of that energy to have deep commitments. Okay, so he's got a lot of work that he's going through right now. The next set of cards, we have the burden. This is the Six of Swords. Again, we just got the Six of Swords here. He's burdened. He really wants to move out of his burden. He's burdened by all of these options, all of these choices, all of these different things. He just gets caught up in chaos, caught up in confusion, caught up in a fantasy. And, he looks back at the past and he is seeing that he didn't spend time on any of these connections, okay? And that is a burden. And so right now he's wanting to spend some time alone. He's in this energy of wanting to get into his power, into his independence, into his strength. So there is this energy of burden and options that he wants to move away from. He does want to relight the fires within his heart, but right now he's spending some time alone and contemplating what that may look like for him so that he can bring in change. Wheel of Fortune. We have a lot of tens here. Change, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Wands. I feel like I got a 10, so 10 of Cups. It just feels like he's in this energy of, looking at himself, wanting to create change. And that change comes from him healing. That change comes from him retreating to heal himself. That change comes from him allowing the light to come in. And that change comes from him then healing this divine connection with his divine feminine of his behaviors of the past, and finally making time to heal the connection with divine feminine. So I do feel that in the connective energy, that it's really incumbent upon masculine working on himself, coming into his own mastery, into his own personal power, into his own courage, to share his burdens, to open up his heart, to allow feminine in, to allow love in. His experiences that he is reviewing, he is seeing how he was not investing. He knows that he has been very cold and rigid and self-serving and frankly deceptive, and he's wanting to move out of that energy to come into a union. And he's trying to move out of his burdens, move out of the options, and he's really in this energy of trying to bring love back into his own heart. Okay. And he's doing that alone so that he can bring in change and healing to this connection within divine timing. I hope that helps. And if you want to book your own personal reading, coaching session, healing session, or if you want to take part in my masterclass, How to Read Tarot Like a Priestess, go to queenoflight1111.com. Have a great day. Bye.